Welcome back, football fans. This is Play Action Takes presented by Apollo Media. Football, boys. We're back.
Football.
Whole lot of football.
Good football.
Crazy weekend of football.
Good
Crazy.
football.
I don't.
I don't know about the other games, but the Texas game was nice. But all the other games were all right. There was a good game.
Yeah, congratulations on Victory Monday, boys.
Victory
Yeah.
Monday.
Another one, back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back
For y'all.
Victory Monday.
It's been a while since we were able to say that.
Yeah.
A long time.
Especially
Long
against
time.
two solid teams. Like, it's not like we're playing two of the worst teams in the league. Like, we're playing some good teams, so it's a good time.
Look at us shaking up the league a little.
Yeah.
Shaking up the league a little. Saying fuck
Big time.
all this scripted stuff. Texans are here.
Yep.
Now everyone's gonna rethink their takes.
Yeah, dude. It's exciting.
Off the gridiron.
Sorry about your Dolphins and not having a Victory Monday, but I do love the Dolphins.
Yeah,
And it was a good game.
sure.
At first it was a good game.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, they ran away.
If you want more Texan stuff, go to Off the Gridiron. Check out our YouTube channel at Apollo HOU. Subscribe to the channel. We got lots of baseball content, lots of football content. And coming soon, lots of basketball content. Basketball's on its way as well. We're in October. October
Yeah.
2nd is when we're recording this, Monday afternoon.
The best sports month of the whole year, in my opinion.
It is.
Absolutely. You got football, college football, playoff baseball. Like you said, basketball's coming. I think hockey starts.
Hockey starts here in about a week and a half.
Yeah. So
With the success the Astros have had, there's usually a point where all three Houston teams are playing at the same time.
yep.
Astros, Rockets, Texans, all going.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the Dallas Stars, Houston's very own Dallas Stars.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's my team.
I don't know what
Hockey's
is that the one where they're really cold?
Yeah, it's a fun sport.
Yeah.
But we're talking about football.
Yes, we are.
The little egg-shaped pigskin, you know? We're going to do something different this week. So week 4 just happened. 4 weeks are already gone. 4th of the season almost. Because now there's 17 weeks, so I don't even know how to, fraction it.
Yeah.
We're going to call it 4 week. The 4th. The 4th of the season. It's gone.
Yeah.
Gone forever.
Came and went.
It's wild. Yeah, it has come. Dude, I mean, it just feels like just a few weeks ago. I mean, I guess it was a few weeks ago technically, but I remember week 1 like it was yesterday.
I remember the first game of the preseason doesn't even feel like that was that long ago, and now I'm sitting here 4 weeks into the season.
Yeah, and you're like, holy shit,
like,
things
pretty
look
good.
different.
Yeah.
A lot different.
Yeah.
And if you were to ask Cincinnati Bengals fans what they thought before the season, they'd be like, well,
Yeah.
Super Bowl or bust, you know?
yeah.
Joe Burrow just got paid. We got an elite offense that can carry us to win games. The elite offense is yet to be seen.
Non-existent. I haven't seen
And
it.
I think we finally have ourselves a wide receiver diva.
Yeah.
It's been
We've been-
years.
It's been years. The people have been wanting it.
Yeah.
It's always funny when there's a wide receiver who is fucking just checking people.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, I know you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Growing up,
Yeah.
we were all so spoiled.
Yeah.
Randy Moss,
Chad
Terrell
Ochocinco.
Owens, Chad Ochocinco.
Yeah.
And also, then you had Antonio Brown for a
Yeah,
bit.
AB was doing
He
his
kind of
thing.
went away, but he's still over there trying to
He was
do
a
his
strange
shit. We're
diva.
like,
He
no.
wasn't even like a fun diva. That was
a
like
bad diva.
CTE
It was like,
diva.
yeah.
CTE, bad diva, allegation diva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's been out of football for a while, and he's still trying to be relevant. We're like, we don't give a fuck about you. All right,
Yeah.
your diva is just like your life diva now, not a football diva.
Yeah, right.
So it's not fun.
Who were some other divas? I feel like I respect him, but DeAndre Hopkins was getting a little DVE for a bit.
A
He was
little
doing
bit.
his thing.
A bit.
A bit. It wasn't as much as like you said, T.O. or Ocho or Moss, and it wasn't as bad as AB, but he was starting to.
If we've had something kind of trying to start up with Stephon Diggs a little.
Yeah.
It seems like the media keeps being like
He's a
he wants
sleeping
out.
giant, you know,
Yeah.
in the diva
Yeah.
sense.
But I don't know, because it feels like every day in the offseason, people were like, he doesn't want out. He
Yeah.
wants out of Buffalo. He
like,
doesn't
no,
like
no
Josh
one-
Allen. He wants out of Buffalo. And then he's always like, I'm at practice. I love this place.
Yeah.
I just scored 3 touchdowns yesterday. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why they're saying that. So, but now there's a genuine one. Not Chase Claypool, who gives a fuck.
that one's a whole different
Chase
situation.
Claypool is trying to be, but he thinks he's allowed to be.
Yeah, we'll get to him
Which is
later.
the issue, yeah.
But Titans beat the Bengals 27-3.
Yeah.
Bengals don't score a touchdown.
That's
Joe
bad.
Burrow doesn't throw another touchdown.
Really bad.
Jamar Chase in the locker room afterwards. Do y'all remember the exact quote?
Yeah.
Yes.
He said, I'm always open.
He said, I'm open.
I'm
I'm always
fucking
fucking open.
open.
Excuse my profanity.
Yeah.
I think we've been talking about this today a lot because it's an interesting quote. It's one that we haven't really seen from a wide receiver because early 2000s, you're getting that every week. That
Yeah,
soundbite's
yeah.
happening all the time,
Oh,
and
yeah.
ESPN's eating it up. Just yum, 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 yum.
Des Bryant was just always saying shit like
Des
that.
Bryant.
You're like,
Des Bryant was the diva that we didn't
That was a
mention.
good
Yeah.
one. That was a good
Yeah.
one. Jamar Chase, always open.
It's funny because
Is he?
Well, I don't know if he is. I haven't watched the film.
I don't think he is.
I believe him a little because he is a
he's that-
really talented guy.
Yeah.
one thing I think about is like, is he going after Joe Burrow?
That's what I was about to bring up.
Because like, if he is, fucking check yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, that's your star quarterback.
Dude,
Like, y'all are buddies.
Yeah.
Like, don't be throwing him under the bus.
you don't get to, and I know it's been a slow year, and I know people are kind of dogging on him right now. But Joe Burrow's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, if not top 3. And the thing is usually if there's a diva receiver saying that kind of shit, it's because he has like a rookie and or just like a middle of the pack quarterback. You don't say that about one like your top 5 elite quarterback, and 2, someone you go back so far with.
You won a national title. Because of
Exactly.
him.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have been this like love story of the NFL. They've been like, oh, it's just a match
National
made in
title,
heaven.
Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah, Super Bowl appearance. And then now he's like, I'm always fucking open. He won't get it to me and shit like this.
Well, the thing is, he didn't say he won't get it open to me. He might be either going after Joe, or it could be a coaching staff thing. Could be a Zach Taylor thing.
It
This has to be a Zach Taylor thing.
There
There ain't no way he's going after
but
Joe.
But also, no. But the thing, when it comes down to it, is if he's open and he's mad that he's not getting hit or throwing the ball while open, that comes down to Joe Burrow at the end of the day. So even if he didn't mean it like that, it's going to come off as to. If I was Joe, I'd be like, calling me out for nothing.
I would talk to him and be like,
Yeah.
what are you trying to say, man?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you talk to me about it.
It's a Bengals problem because Joe Burrow strains his calf like the first 2 or 3 days of training camp. It's right after Jalen Ramsey injured his knee and had to get surgery. Like the amount of injuries that happened in the first 3 days of training camp was ridiculous. Joe Burrow happened to be one of them. Strains his calf. Everyone thought it was Achilles. Turns out it wasn't.
Yeah.
But if everyone remembers basketball, with a little rewind, 2019, Kevin Durant strains his calf, sits out 3 weeks, comes back in the NBA Finals game. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3.
Yeah. I guess
Tears
the
his
Raptors.
Achilles.
Yeah.
He's older than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is much younger than KD at the time. But that's typically what happens when someone strains their calf is that it's leading to an Achilles injury if they come back too soon.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow can't throw the ball downfield right now. Plain and simple, he can't plant the foot to get the power on the throws to get it down the field. So Jamar Chase might be open, but Joe Burrow is incapable of getting it to him. Bengals, put the guy on IR.
Yep,
You should have
let
started
him
the season
sit.
on IR because if you're 1-3 after 4 weeks, Joe Burrow's healthy, you come back. All right, we got hope, we got momentum, we got our boy back, all that kind of stuff. Instead, you're 1-3 with Joe Burrow, and now you might have to put him on IR now and miss another 4 weeks. And at that point, your season's over.
Yeah, of
The
course.
AFC's too good
it's
to
way
lose
too good. And
8 weeks.
They can only really afford to lose not have Joe in those first 3 weeks, in those first 4 weeks. Now it's going to be a little late. Maybe if they do it right now, they'll be okay. I don't know, but the time is ticking.
Well, now we're looking at the AFC North, and it's like the
Ravens.
Steelers are ahead of them. The Ravens are way ahead of them right now. They're 3-1. The Browns, like their defense has looked very good. The risk of having them start week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and now being 1-3, it doesn't look. It was not a risk that paid off. Not at all.
There's a panic button in every room in the Cincinnati Bengals headquarters.
Yeah.
And it's starting to. I don't know. I mean, I'll give them like 2 more weeks to see if what they can figure out. But
if they lose one more, if they start 1-4, that might be their season. that might be
close.
curtains, man. Because you
That's
can't.
close.
It's gonna be hard to. It's gonna be hard to get a playoff berth in this conference, man.
At that point, you can only lose 2 more games.
Yeah. Well, how many wins did they have last year? Or how many losses? I should say.
I think they won 12 games.
Yeah,
So
it was
what,
like
they
12
went 12-5.
Well, no, they went 12-4 because alleged game happened.
So 12-4. I mean, they're all going to already be at their loss rate from last year. That's wild.
So Bengals fans probably panicking a little bit. They haven't pressed the button, but they're hovering.
Yeah,
They're just caressing the panic button.
I mean, also you just gotta. It doesn't come down to like your team just being bummy. It's really just like, oh, fucking our quarterback's injured.
Yeah.
Quarterback's injured, and there's some injured now T. Higgins is injured, and that's. I mean,
He said he doesn't think it's going to be long term, but we'll see.
I mean, he misses a few weeks. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just glad we got a potential wide receiver diva back.
I do too.
Yeah,
You know,
we'll see.
I've been missing it.
We'll monitor it.
Yeah, we'll
see
see
if
how
because if he starts talking more and more shit,
He's in the running.
Yeah.
maybe he'll be like Jamar Chase will like, fuck it, trade me, and then come on Texans, fucking make that call, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm always looping it back to the Texans,
always
baby.
gotta. You know where our heart lies.
Staying in the AFC here. We'll move on to what was supposed to be game of the week. Dolphins at Bills.
Yeah.
And through the first quarter, it was absolutely game of the week.
Oh,
14-14, 21-14. There hadn't been an incomplete pass through 2 drives for both quarterbacks. I think they were like 10 of 10 and 9 of 9. Both had 100 and something yards. Tua didn't have a touchdown. Devon A-Chain, offensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year.
Holy
Some
shit.
people are
He's
saying.
a lot of touchdowns.
Leading the
insane.
AFC in rushing
What did he have?
yards
Like
and
6 touchdowns in like 3 quarters?
Yes.
That's insane.
It's most people's years right there, dude. It's most people's seasons with
Yeah.
rushing touchdowns.
So-
It's pretty crazy.
It started off with fireworks, and everyone's like, oh boy, we got a shootout on our hands. This is awesome. And then the Bills got 1 stop, and the Dolphins could not get 1 stop in the first half, and it was pretty much over in the second quarter. Bills went up 31-14. Hopes are not shattered on my end. Hopes are not shattered.
No, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. But I will say this was more about the Bills than the Dolphins.
Yes.
Dolphins, they had a great first half, coming off of a fucking 70-point performance.
Yeah.
So we can already say Dolphins are the real deal. We can already say that.
Good. Dolphins are fun.
They're good.
Yes.
But the Bills, and this is kind of like one of my points I want to bring up. Why is no one really talking about the Bills right now?
I know.
The
'Cause
Bills,
They
like,
lost to the Jets.
I get it,
week,
but
I think is why no one was talking about them. I think all the talking heads are right back. on.
yeah,
easily-
they
they
should
should
be
easily
because
be 4
the
now.
last 3 weeks they've played the Raiders, who people like really were starting to like. They played the Commanders, who are they're 2-0. They pooped on both those teams, and then they just pooped on the Dolphins yesterday. Respectfully, 48 points is a lot.
Oh, they did. Absolutely.
48 points is a whole bunch, and Josh Allen looked great.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs had a great day. Their offense was clicking, and they
haven't-
ended up stopping the Dolphins a few times, creating a few turnovers.
I haven't looked at Josh Allen's numbers from yesterday.
No,
21
we don't
for,
have to. It's
21 for 25. You're gonna
it's-
listen.
it's all right.
21 for 25. 320 yards,
Yep.
4 touchdowns. He had the same amount of touchdowns as incompletions.
Well, it wasn't as impressive as Tua the week before. More touchdowns, less incompletions.
I'm not
but
talking about week 3. I'm talking about week
I
4.
was
This
just
play
saying-
actually takes
I-
week 4.
I was just saying.
And in week 4,
He didn't do it.
I guess the one thing that Stephon Diggs had 3 of them.
That's one thing I wanted to talk about here.
Oh,
So Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator, mastermind, he's putting in this new system. It takes time for the system to be implemented. And we're
mastermind.
He is. He's created the defense that 30 out of the 32 teams are using currently. Seahawks and the Cowboys are the only one that use Dan Quinn's defense. So look it up. Kader Kohu was an undrafted free agent last year.
Who the fuck is that?
He was probably the best cornerback rookie last year by metrics on PFF. He was rated 2 out of whatever it was.
Right.
Great in the slot. Just an incredible slot. He's going to sit in the slot. He's going to shut down your slot receiver. 9 times out of 10. There's always going to be the one catch, the one touchdown, whatever.
Right.
They put him on the perimeter yesterday against Stephon Diggs and didn't even have Xavier Howard in the vicinity. And that was a coaching decision because Xavier Howard said he wanted to guard Diggs, was not allowed to.
Yeah.
Why not?
What are we doing, Fangio? Like, put the best on best, try to cover the one guy, and then he didn't make any adjustments in the second half, and Kohu is still on Diggs. Diggs is catching more balls, more touchdowns, pass interference, all the things. It was just mind-boggling that Fangio was like, no, this is my defense. This is how we run it. I don't care.
That's where you run into like I'll give it. Fangio is great. He's no D'Amico Ryans, but he's a really good coordinator on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay.
But the thing is, he's no D'Amico Ryans.
This isn't off the gridiron.
I don't give a damn. I'm gonna talk about this for everyone. No, but the thing is, that's kind of I feel like a thing you get with those like geniuses. Everyone's like, oh, they're so stubborn. They're not gonna do shit like that. They didn't do that in '88, so they're not gonna do it now. And it's just it's just old head mentality. But
Dusty Baker.
Dusty
Baseball
I
talk.
don't know who's that.
Yeah, I know. I
what
don't know who that is. Sorry.
But if you talk to Dolphins fans before the season, 3 of your first 4 games are on the road.
Yeah.
1 against the Chargers, 1 against the Patriots, 1 against the Bills. If you told Dolphins fans before the season they're going 3-1 to open the season, and you lose to the Bills, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
week
take
18,
that.
we'll see you back at home.
Yeah.
Buffalo, we'll see you back at home.
I feel like
So-
this podcast every week is just Dolphins copium if y'all lose.
It's Dolphins copium, and it's eventually going to become a fucking Jets fest at the end of it.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
what,
sounds
that's what a
true. That is
podcast
what
is.
it is. It's
But-
really just an AFC East fucking
Hodgepodge.
Yeah.
3-1, still a chance to win the division. It's
Yeah.
4 weeks in. You learned a lot about your team.
I was
in week 4.
I was telling you, like, honestly, like, you don't want to peak too early. A loss was not needed, but it was like so the Dolphins wake up call. Like, all right,
Yes.
fuck, this league is still hard to play in.
Yeah.
You know, not gonna be able to score 70 points every week. Now we already knew that, but now they're like, all right, now we just gotta fucking, we gotta tighten it up.
And the Bills are absolutely back. Josh Allen looked incredible. 0 mistakes yesterday. I think he got sacked a couple of times. It was more of a coverage sack. Andrew Van Ginkel got after him. He did hit his head on the turf, and the no concussion protocol going on there. It hit him pretty hard. I'm just saying NFL. We need to look into that.
I mean, if he wasn't showing symptoms, I don't know. Was he showing symptoms?
Dude, honestly,
I don't know.
Anything involving anything with the Dolphins, they need to be very in on that after last year. They need to be. If you get tapped on the helmet, they should be like, just check him out.
Yeah.
Shine a flashlight in his eyes real quick.
If it's the Dolphins, yes, because you don't want that fucking shit coming back again, dude.
Not at all.
No.
Bad juju.
Before we move to the next topic, we have something to give to Mr. Noah.
Dude.
Straight from Hard Rock Stadium, right here. Hard Rock
go.
Stadium. Mr. Noah Outlaw.
I'm going to take off my Houston Roughnecks hat for this, but shout out to
This
the
is
Roughnecks.
absolutely a Miami Dolphins podcast now.
Yes, it is.
I left mine in there. I didn't.
It's all right. I didn't wear one.
I wore it last time and they lost. Whoa,
Oh, yeah.
dude, his is orange.
He got an orange one.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's badass.
This is dope. Let me
Oh,
talk into the
we're
mic.
doing something here.
Whoa. Dude, first off, thank you.
You're welcome.
I've been here for them
You have since last season.
since last season. So that's why I felt so betrayed.
Fuck no.
What do you mean,
did,
fuck no?
You slobbed on the
Yes,
Jets
I
knob.
did.
You slobbed on the Jets knob
I
a
can
little
slob
too
on
much.
2 AFC East teams.
No,
Yes, I can.
not
Yes,
on
I
this
can.
podcast.
Dude, this is why people slob on the Colts and the Texans right now. Just how it is.
Speaking
God,
of
this hat is sick.
your Jets,
Yeah.
the Jets and Chiefs played Sunday night, Taylor Swift Bowl in New York. You know,
Hugh
the
Jackman was there.
Taylor Swift.
He was?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were in the same.
They
fucking
were.
thing.
They all walked in together through the metal
Dude, they're
detector.
making a movie together.
I think so.
Maybe,
I think they were like
They're
actually
working on
like-
Deadpool 3 right now.
Yeah.
allegedly. Taylor Swift was all over pregame coverage. It was awesome. It was pretty elite.
All the hate. Let me say
This
this,
is getting a lot of hate.
dude. If you're one of those kids on Instagram or something, when the NFL posts about Taylor Swift, and you're like, "We don't care. We don't care," dude, grow up. All right, it's fun.
It's also
Seriously.
like actively just making the NFL more popular.
Yeah, it's just like, shut up. It's Taylor Swift. It's the most famous person on earth dating one of the most famous NFL players.
Yeah.
Would you get over
Grow up,
it?
dude. They love each other.
It's
They're
fun.
gonna get
Well,
married.
It's just,
so
it's fun.
you know what? Y'all are just jealous because you'll never find love.
I
And they
did
have.
say, I did see something. Sauce tweeted something funny because
Oh.
Sauce Gardner was like, he got a pretty bad PI call on him last
He
night.
did.
Awful PI call.
The one time he doesn't hold.
in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
And he tweeted, I guess the NFL account on Instagram changed their name to something like, ooh, like 2 weeks of being Swifties and shit. And he quoted it, like a picture of it on Twitter with, maybe if I was a Swiftie, they wouldn't have called that flag on me.
Maybe.
Called that PI on me. So
Yeah, that was a bar kind of.
it is. It
That was
is.
kind of a bar.
Yeah, like he's calling out, which he deserved. It was awful. But the Jets played the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, so Patrick Mahomes looked more like Zach Wilson last night than Zach Wilson looked like Zach Wilson.
Yeah, true.
They
Patrick
flip-flopped.
Mahomes had trouble. He had trouble against that
He did.
defense.
Well, he just has no one to throw to.
It's
It's bad.
it's not good
No.
by any means.
That's why if I'm the Chiefs, I know he's a pussy. He's a pussy bitch. But and I can say that I don't care because everyone's saying it. Try to just throw a 6th-round pick to the Bears for Chase Claypool. Yeah,
Okay.
Why not? You know,
Yeah.
you need someone in there. He needs help because Travis Kelce is the only guy. Everyone, all hands on deck for Travis Kelce. Everyone else, who's his next best receiver? Jarrett Kinnan.
Are
Come on.
the Kansas City Chiefs the new Dallas Cowboys in the sense that they're just going to take all of the troubled players without care in the world? Kadarius Toney, Chase Claypool, maybe.
The only thing is
I don't
with their
know.
players is they don't really go to jail.
I guess that they're
They're
just,
not criminals.
They're just a
The Cowboys are
locker room
like
problem.
Greg Hardy.
Allegedly.
Yes. You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was
Like
Okay.
you threw
That was
your
a bad
wife,
comparison.
you threw your baby mama on a pile of guns. You'll take them, man.
Bad comparison.
That's-
But the Chiefs won 23-20 on prime time. Zach Wilson fumbled towards the end of the game. Zach Wilson was real beat up after the game. He was very torn up about it. It was good to see the teammates rally around him.
It was. It is. It is. And Pat, at the end of the game, when they were doing the shaking the hand stuff, went up to him, and you could hear Pat say, "Play like that all year, man. You got this." Like, I know I defend the Jets a lot, and I don't want to go on a tangent about it right now.
No.
But the way Zach Wilson gets treated, and we were talking about this earlier, I was talking to you about it as well, it's awful. Like, he just done nothing.
The media is just like, fuck him.
Dude.
We hate him.
Like, what were you talking about last night?
Last night when
Harrison?
they're Rodney Harrison post game.
Oh, that was rough.
Yeah. I was watching it again before this. Chris Jones was there doing an interview, and he was like, "Were we all like, how did y'all prepare for him? Y'all were watching him, probably like, man, this guy's trash or this guy's garbage." And then Chris Jones was like, "Oh we don't. No, he's a good player. We prepared for him, and he had a really good game. He was he played like a dog tonight."
It's a great Mississippi State answer.
Right.
Great. It was a great answer. Credit to Chris Jones for not like being like, yeah, fuck him. He sucks.
Yeah.
But Rodney Harrison, that's not a good look.
It's not a good look. And also,
It's not a good look for the media to be doing
it
that.
goes back to kind of what I was talking about last week with it. It's like, all this shit about, well, the team is so mad at Robert Saleh because Zach Wilson, like this bullshit. I'm like, guys, there's just no way. The media wants stories, and it's a New York team. They're gonna make shit up. I guarantee you, every player in that locker room, maybe it isn't on full support of Zach, but they're not like throwing balls at Robert Saleh's head at practice because they're mad about it.
That'd
They're
be really
probably
funny,
like,
though.
well, we'll see what he can do. We wish we had Aaron, but everyone has to understand, like, guys,
He's not coming back.
Aaron Rodgers got hurt on the fucking second play of the year.
Yeah.
If that, like, it's just like no one was prepared for this. There's no one has any room to be like, well, Zach Wilson, I hate you. It's just stupid. It's stupid. And I'm happy he went out there last night and like proved himself a little bit and played well. So people maybe shutting up people for at least a little bit.
Yeah, last thing on this one, it's not a let Russ cook situation, but it's let Zach Wilson do what Zach Wilson is good at.
Yeah.
Which is creating things on the fly, playing backyard football, running around, scrambling until he finds the open wide receiver. Let him scramble, get some yards on his own, and let him make the mistakes. Yeah. Don't let him make the mistakes that are going to kill the game. Don't let him make it in the fourth quarter. You got to be cognizant of where you're making those mistakes if you're going to make them, or take those chances where you're going to take them. But you let him cook yesterday. Literally, you let him cook, and he played well.
I saw a different quarterback play yesterday.
Confidence.
Yeah, it was confidence there, and I saw this. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes. I saw this tweet saying this is the first time in Patrick Mahomes' professional career that a quarterback had better completion percentage, less interceptions, more touchdowns, more yards. I think. I don't know. Than Patrick Mahomes, with Mahomes starting.
Yeah.
Wow.
The first time.
That's wild.
And like he outplayed him, purely outplayed him. Still didn't get the win.
Well, yeah.
Sucks.
And that's all Zach has to do, because also not every week are you playing a Mahomes, right? That defense is fucking crazy good.
And the Chiefs' defense is very good, too.
It is. And so Zach was able to do that, outplay Mahomes for 4 quarters. It wasn't like when the first quarter he played. For the whole entire game, Zach Wilson damn near outplayed, if not played just as good as Patrick Mahomes against a good defense. And if the Jets defense can keep playing like that against people who aren't Mahomes, Zach Wilson, I'm not saying they're going to win games. I'm not going back on that. But
they have winnable games on their schedule.
They have some winnable games.
Yes.
They can do something.
I think we all agree on that.
All right, boys, I've got a question for y'all.
Yes.
Are the Philadelphia Eagles the worst 4-0 team you've seen in recent memory?
No, probably not the worst I've seen in recent memory, but this year, yeah.
I'm just trying to think of other 4-0 teams that I was like, I don't know.
Who else is 4-0 right now? The Niners?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, the Niners, I think right now, if the NFC Championships happened today and it was Niners, Eagles, Niners kind of...
Niners are the class of the NFL, or they're the class of the NFL right now.
They are.
You got to say that they're the most complete team.
Yeah.
Playing their best ball, best coaching. Yeah, they're just all around the best. Eagles, pretty interesting you say that, because they don't look as good as they did last year.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not by a long shot, honestly. No. They were dominating teams left and right last year.
Like Jalen Hurts didn't play the fourth quarter last year, essentially.
Yeah. And week 1, close game against the Patriots. Week 2, close game against the Vikings. Week 3, blew out the Bucks. Give them that.
Yeah.
Yesterday, close
like
game to the
game
Commanders.
The Bucks either.
Huh?
It wasn't even like a pretty
it
dominant
No,
game.
yeah,
They
it was like
beat
Jalen Hurts threw
gross.
2 picks.
Yeah.
They just beat them. Their defensive line is unruly. Like, it's just gross how good they are. Their linebackers, a little slow.
Yeah.
And their secondary, not as good as last year. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's gone. Darius Slay's still there, but that's one guy out of 3 to 6 people that you need on the field.
Yeah. They just don't look anywhere near like they
And
did
the
last year.
offense, like DeAndre Swift's great. He's running the ball. You know, A.J. Brown had a great game yesterday against the Commanders. He's seems to be more happy.
Yeah.
He's getting targets, but Jalen Hurts, something's off.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the change in offensive coordinators or defense is still there, so I'm not worried about that. But maybe Shane Steichen, how do you say his name? Maybe him leaving is like,
A bigger deal than everyone thinks.
Yeah.
Well, and also they lost. Yeah, they lost all of them. And like we've been talking about with Jonathan Gannon there in Arizona. Also, are the Commanders just kind of good too?
No,
Yes?
The Commanders are not good. They're not bad.
they're bad.
They're not
I would
bad.
love to say that their defense is really
Dude,
good, but it's their defensive line that's really good.
They're not bad.
They're not
Like,
bad.
You don't. I'm sorry. I don't care. You don't do that to the Eagles right now. You don't.
Is this
and
more
be
of a
bad.
question, is Sam Howell good and not
That's
the Commanders?
That's a different conversation. But as a whole, they have weapons, dude.
Yeah.
They got guys, and like you mentioned, their defensive line, their defense as a whole is
4 first-round picks on the defensive line.
yeah, exactly. You got dogs. You
That's
got Terry
crazy.
That's
McLaurin,
wild.
Jahan Dotson, is good, dude. Jahan Dotson,
Scary Terry, Brian
Ryan
Robinson.
Robinson in the backfield.
Yeah.
You got
He's a
nice-
dog, by
nice-
the way.
nice-
That play yesterday where he got hit like
So,
8 times on the goal
yeah.
line and then finally got in.
Dude, he got
I was like,
shot.
he got shot and just came right
He
back.
got shot. What do you think is gonna happen? He got shot twice and was playing the same year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
Pretty
might be just be a hater, but I really don't see it in the Commanders. Yeah, it was a close game. Would you say the Vikings are good?
No.
No, not at all.
The Eagles also had a close game with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Would you say the Patriots are good?
No.
They also were in a close game.
Maybe
with the
this is more
Eagles.
of a detriment to the Eagles.
That's
than
a
it is-
thing.
Well, yeah. Well, that was my question to you guys. I was like, are the Eagles bad?
No,
or are the,
yeah, I mean,
Maybe this says more
I don't
about the
think the
Eagles.
Commanders are good.
Yeah.
I just think the Eagles are just not very.
Because the
I mean, they're
Patriots-
good. They're very good. I'm still putting them like top 3 team in the NFL right now because just how they're winning games. They don't lose, but still,
So
they
they
just
do
don't
know how
look
to
as
pull out the
strong.
wins in these close games, but here's the deal:
They don't look as strong.
is as they go into the playoffs, these close games are not going to be
against the Commanders.
exactly
Or
these close or the Vikings or the Patriots. Like, they're going to be against top-notch teams.
the Niners and the
who-
Cowboys.
And the Lions,
aren't
maybe.
going to let
The
the
Lions,
Lions.
yeah.
The Lions go and beat Philly right now. Like I think, and so
Yeah, maybe. They've got great lines on both sides. So
they do. But yeah, I mean, they're just going to have to stop getting in close games with teams that aren't anywhere near their skill
Exactly.
level.
last main topic here. Broncos Bears was like
mid off.
the worst
Shootout,
team-
though.
2 teams that you could put together in the noon slate. It just looked gross on paper. Justin Fields threw for 300 yards for the first time in his career, and he basically did it at halftime.
Yeah.
They had a 21-point lead and pissed it away, and the Broncos came back and win, save Russell Wilson's job probably for another couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
Chase
yeah.
Claypool is the topic that we are talking about here.
Yeah, said don't fucking. Well, they said healthy scratch, inactive. Justin Fields has the game of his life.
Yeah.
They put up the most points I've seen him put up in a long time.
Yeah.
And then this morning, they're like, stay home.
Hey,
Don't come to work.
Yeah.
Don't come to work today. Actually, don't come to work ever.
Don't come again. You're
Just
gonna,
stop coming, please. We'll pay you. Don't care.
Chase Claypool is a definition of me right now. So you better fucking learn Canadian, buddy. I don't think anyone in this
The
league
Chiefs
Yep.
are
is
absolutely
gonna
trading
want
for
him.
him.
I
He's
mean,
gonna
the
have like
Chiefs-
500 yards
That's
and
going to
5
be his
touchdowns.
last resort, and then I don't even think it's going to work there. I don't.
He gets 500 yards, 5 touchdowns like in 6 games. It's gonna be crazy.
I doubt. No way.
He's the only other option outside of Kelsey.
It's funny. Our buddy, shout out Jerry, listens to the show, said something funny about that game at Big City Wings. He said they've somehow managed to just show everyone how mid both of those teams are. Like
Yeah.
they just proved, even though no matter what happened in the game, the way that game played out, they just showed how awful, how poverty both teams really
Yeah,
are.
I mean, it showed that the Broncos can't even stop Justin Fields.
No.
Showed that the Bears are still so bad that they'll
that
blow
lead.
a lead to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Everything about the game, they were just like, oh yeah, they're mid.
Yeah.
The perfect display of why they're mid.
Yeah.
And also, I think maybe at halftime, the fucking ownership ring downstairs said, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
We were in perfect position to have first 2 picks in the draft.
Yeah.
Don't do that."
It's true.
Boom.
Let me ask you, I know it's about Claypool. fuck Claypool. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say fuck Chase Claypool. But I do want to talk about this. If this is a two-parter for both of you. One, if the Bears have the first 2 picks in this year's draft, does Caleb Williams stay at USC?
Yes.
I think, well,
He can make more money at USC than he can in the NFL.
it's true. Very true. I don't know, though. I mean, I feel like if he wins Heisman again, I don't know. If they're not in the college playoffs, maybe not. But if he goes to the college playoffs,
He might stay.
he might stay because he's like, fuck, I was
we got
almost
a
there.
team.
Yeah, he's like, we just get a few more guys. I can win a natty here.
He's pulling a John Elway. He either comes out and is like, you can't take me, you got to trade the pick.
Oh, yeah.
Pulls the John Elway or the Eli Manning in that situation, Chargers, Giants. So
Yeah, he might be like, I'm coming out. Not playing for you, though.
But you better fucking trade for Michael Penix Jr. because it's not going to be me.
So now, let's say Caleb does come out and the Bears have the first 2 picks. And they take, with the first pick, Caleb, and then they take Marvin Harrison Jr. with the second. Are the Bears back after that? Or do they still somehow fuck
No,
that
because
up?
Caleb Williams is not playing for Chicago.
You just not, you don't
He
think
trades
it happens?
out, and you still get a quarterback out of it. You're getting Michael Penix
Michael
or
Penix, Quinn Ewers,
Bo
maybe.
Nix or Quinn Ewers or one of the other 7 quarterbacks that are going to be
There's
in this
no
draft.
Drake May.
It's going to be an awesome draft.
It's
There's
insane
like
how many
3 to
quarterbacks.
5 franchise quarterbacks in
Yeah,
this draft.
yeah.
So you're getting one of those guys to pair with Marvin Harrison Jr. or whoever you may take in the second pick.
Yeah.
But I don't think Caleb Williams is like, I'm good on Chicago. I saw what happened to Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, Caleb Williams would be probably the best quarterback they've had in years
Since Jay Cutler.
But also,
since Jay Cutler.
does Caleb Williams say, but I know I'm better than Justin Fields?
Thing is, if I am a quarterback, I am not. If I have the choice, I'm not choosing to go to Chicago. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
If
not-
you're going to
It's
have
just
the
me.
first overall pick, you just have to flat out tell them, if you draft me, you're going to have to trade me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not playing for y'all. Y'all mismanage quarterbacks all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a generational talent. You're gonna mismanage me. I'm not gonna have a good career with y'all.
Yeah.
We're not gonna win games.
Yeah.
No, I'm a winner. I'm going to a winning. I'm gonna try to go to a team I can win. Vikings
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he comes
bad.
out if
would be bad.
if he goes to he's not going to be. I agree. I don't think he's going to the Bears.
I think he tries to pull out. Maybe I don't think he'll do. Like, honestly, I can see him do the fucking Eli. Like, I'm not playing with y'all.
Absolutely.
Best case scenario for him would be Vikings tanking and Vikings
Minnesota would be a good,
having that number
good
Or-
pick for them.
Hear me out. The New England Patriots? They just tank it out.
They need to get him some weapons too, though.
Well, they just tank it out, and then Belichick's like, all right, I got 5 more years to go get the record.
He ain't going to stay 5 more years. There's no way.
I mean,
He's staying until he gets the record or he gets fired. That's
mean,
the only thing that's happening.
well, that kind of leads us into our next one. Right?
Yeah. I got some parting gifts here.
Yeah.
Vikings 21, Panthers 13. The Vikings went on a pick 6 from Bryce Young. Bryce Young looks horrendous, and I don't think it's his fault,
Yeah.
but he doesn't look good.
Couldn't be my quarterback.
Kirk Cousins, however, did not look good yesterday, even though Justin Jefferson had like 2 touchdowns. Is that right?
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking at
2
our Vikings fan over here. That's
yes.
why I was looking at him.
Skull. Yes, he had 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gross.
Nasty.
Okay. Next thing, Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers. 24-7.5. Justin Fields fractured a middle finger, I believe, on his left hand, so he wasn't able to take snaps from under center. Looked like garbage in the second half. They almost lost the game in the second half. Brandon Staley's going forward on 4th down for no reason in the second half. Brandon Staley?
I still don't like Staley. They have world-class talent.
Yeah.
Watching the quarterback school video, JT O'Sullivan
Khalil Mack
doing fucking
6 sacks yesterday.
6. I think they have so much talent. They have like
They didn't even have Joey Bosa or Derwin James yesterday.
you
either.
healthy round out the talent in that locker room. It's insane. It's like a top 10 roster easily. Could be even top 5 easily. They look soft.
Yeah.
Look soft. They can have all the playmakers they want. They'll still end up losing some stupid games. And Aiden O'Connell might like make it close against you. That's fucking wild.
That's wild.
They
Yeah.
won the game, but
Yeah, but
was
that's a
close-
lot of but.
Closer than it needed to be.
yeah,
Why?
way closer than
Why?
Yeah,
It's so wild. It's just, I don't know. Their defense is soft. Offense is pretty soft, in my opinion, other than, Justin Herbert just thugging it out, with a broken finger and shit. I don't know. There just needs to be a culture change at that place.
Yeah.
Staley's a problem. And
Staley
last
is a
parting gift here for week 4, play action takes presented by Apollo Media. Did the Dallas Cowboys end the Bill Belichick era in New England?
They probably showed Bill Belichick a mirror. They showed him a mirror and said,
This is it, old man.
"This is you. Is this the place for you? Look around you. Look around you, OG. The youth movement taking over. You have not been a winner for a while. You're in your 70s.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Bill Belichick would have to commit genocide to get fired from the Patriots. I really don't.
No.
They're gonna let him run.
No.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft does not have a great
That's valid.
relationship with Bill
That's
Belichick.
valid.
Yeah.
At Robert
And
Kraft.
the thing is,
probably.
Robert
That's
Kraft
true.
can at any time. He probably wouldn't do it in the middle of the season.
No,
That'd
will be at the end of the
disrespectful.
season or next.
That would be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But 1-3 start. You fucking almost put up a fucking fat goose egg against the Cowboys. They beat you 38-3. One of the worst losses Bill Belichick has ever endured.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And also, you can't get anything going offensively. Have a rocky relationship with your quarterback again. You know,
For the third time in the last 5 years.
yeah. I don't know. You look at the team and you're like, it's a shell of itself. Bill Belichick, a shell of himself. Mirror. Look at it.
I'll give you a
This is
situation.
not a place for you anymore. Go be a commentator. You know what? Go golf, bro. Go golf. You
Go
love golfing.
sit in your Nantucket house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just fuck off. Go play some chess or something.
I'll give you a comparison here. Don Shula, Miami Dolphins, longtime head coach. This is the only head coach you can really compare it to because we saw him somewhat in the modern era, won 320-something games, whatever, in the regular season. Got the record, but was always winning 9-7 or 10-6. He was always above 500. Bill Belichick, since Brady has left, has only been above 500 twice. And he looks like he's going to be under 500 again this season. He
Once.
went 6-10 with the Cam Newton as his quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the only thing I'm sitting here with. Don Shula was never under 500. Never had a season under 500.
Yeah.
If we get a third one from Bill Belichick,
At this rate, you know what? If I'm Robert Kraft, I ask him, sit down with him, say, hey, let's put our differences aside. Let's look at this franchise. Would you be willing to step down?
or you get him a GM and just make Belichick coach.
Exactly. Or no, or just be like, he becomes a GM or works in the front office, special relations, something. I don't know. You know, like
Because
Bruce
he is the
Arians.
GM right now. He's the GM
Yeah.
and the head coach.
Just put him, like, stick him in a front office job, special advisor or something. You can do that, or you can say, hey, man, would you be willing to just retire? Retire and give someone else in this, maybe within this franchise, or allow us to look outside for a new coach, because I feel like we need a new direction. I feel like you know that we need a new direction. If you really love us and you love yourself and your legacy, you step down. That's what I'm telling him if I'm Robert Kraft.
I just don't know if Bill's going to want to do that.
He's sitting at 299 wins right now.
How many does he need?
328 is the record from Don Shula.
That's
Regular season wins.
it's unachievable.
That's like 5-6 more years.
Yeah, that's unachievable.
He needs Caleb Williams.
He needs
That's
Caleb
why,
Williams.
That's why I brought up the Caleb Williams thing.
Well,
It's like
I
maybe he
mean,
drafts a guy and it's like, I'm Joe Paterno in this shit and I'm going
Yeah.
forever.
He could do it. Okay, if he just gets Caleb, works his ass off, he could get it in 3 years.
Maybe.
With 10 wins each year? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you are.
But you're looking at 6 wins.
You're in
maybe
a
this year.
crazy division, though. You need to look at your division. You're not the top dogs. Not even close.
Maybe, but well, wait. Belichick can leave and still break that record with another team.
He could. He could
What if he
absolutely
just
get
goes,
fired
just
or
go take
run
over
his
the
contract
Saints and just fuck up that division
and just
for
win
years.
six
Yeah.
wins
Who's-
for like 10 years
Yeah.
and just get their
Yeah.
record.
I think if you have a legacy coach, him going to another team and trying to take over doesn't really pay
He goes
off a
back
lot.
to the Browns.
That's true.
Doesn't pay off a lot.
He goes back to the Browns. Takes over with Nasty Man.
They got a good roster.
Yeah.
He could win some games
With a
that.
defense that he would just coach
Dude,
to
it
high
would be a
heavens.
good little homecoming. That's true. It'd be good.
He's never allowed back.
Ain't
into
no
it.
way he would ever go.
They literally rioted at the stadium his last game, so I don't think that he can come back.
I think he's
They
right.
left town right after that as well.
That's what's so funny too.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Fucking Browns fans.
Yeah.
But
I don't
Bill
know.
Belichick, Tom Brady merchant, greatest defensive coach of all time probably. But Tom Brady merchant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Calling it out now.
Tom
yeah.
Brady is the reason they got all those rings.
I won't say he's the reason. There was a joint thing.
He had the best defense
Yes.
of mind along with the best offensive mind on the field.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think we kind of talked about this a minute ago. But Tom going to the Bucks and winning one in his first year.
Well, you got to look at the first 3 that he won, though. The first 3 were all defensive battles.
Absolutely,
The defense won the games.
Sure, yeah.
Tom Brady's
I'm not saying Bill
170
Belichick's
yards, a touchdown, and a pick.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not saying
winning the
Belichick's
Super Bowl
bad.
anymore.
Belichick's still the best coach ever, but
Yeah, but I just don't.
I think he really needed. And he needed kind of like Andy Reid. Andy Reid is not Belichick, but he's one of the best.
Change of
coaches
scenery.
ever.
Get out of Boston.
And also, you need a generational fucking quarterback to have that kind of success.
That helps.
We see that with Mahomes right now. Mahomes, fucking, when it's all said and done, he might be better than Tom. He's more talented. So you just kind of have to have that guy. And I mean, they got lucky; they found each other. But Bill Belichick wasn't doing that with. I don't even care. I don't even think he would do that with like Ben Roethlisberger. I don't think
He wins the 2 that Ben won.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they ended the Belichick era. I think they, like I said, they held up a mirror and said, I want to start thinking about some things. Patriots, franchise, organization, because you're not making any turns in your direction for the future of your franchise. You're running in circles right now.
And Mac Jones stinks.
Mac Jones is not good. I've been fucking supporting him, not supporting him anymore. He seems like he's a fucking cocksucker.
Surveillance.
I am arresting him for being a dirty football player and also just stinking. He stinks.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, so congrats Cowboys for beating the brakes off the Belichick train and also maybe taking a part out of it and making it stall a little bit.
Yeah.
This has been Play Action Takes presented by Apollo Media. We will see you later this week for Week 5 preview.
Mm-hmm. Got some good games.
Got some good stuff going up, man.
Football.
Football.
Watch football.